Hi, I'm here to rank the K-pop Demon Hunter characters based off of their visual designs. And I think something that's important to know is that how good a character is, I think, isn't always the same as how good looking a character is, where sometimes one of the better characters doesn't have a design that's as good looking as a character that's okay but has like a really good design. Um, and I decided to include 14 characters for the ranking. And another thing that I think that's good to know is that I love the animation K-pop Demon Hunter so much. I don't think there are any bad looking designs. There are some designs that don't appeal to me in the same way as other designs, but I don't think that makes the designs bad. I think all the work is very impressively done. Uh, in last place, though, in 14th place, is Baby from the Saja Boys, whose design I think works perfectly fine for the character. Not a design that pops out too much to me, but not terrible by any means. 13 is Mystery, similarly to Baby. A design that I don't care for too much, but it's by no means bad, and I think that it perfectly fits into the Saja boys and what they're doing. I don't think it's awful. 12, the Tiger. I think that the Tiger has an interesting looking design. The Tiger seems like a character that has a lot of passion. And I do feel bad for the Tiger for constantly not getting the hat. And 11 is the bird that took the hat from the Tiger. And the hat looks really cool on the bird. It is a design that I am a fan of. And the bird, very sneaky and mischievous. And it has the bird has a fun way of looking. Um, Number 10, Abby. Uh, Good muscular design. Definitely one of the Saja Boys designs that pops out and leaves an impression. Do appreciate that design. And 9 Romance, who I think has an underrated design. I think he looks really cool. It does help them. A huge fan of Pink. And I think that Abby and Romance could have been a little bit higher, but their lack of development and stuff, I do think holds them back. I think even in a visuals ranking, I think a lack of like character focus can impact a character's ranking because I feel like it can limit the amount of time spent uh, being given to their designs and appreciating their designs. But they're definitely really good designs. Number 8, the evil demon guy, the big villain of the film, whose design I do like. I do think he has a very cool, intimidating presence to him. I do wish they had some kind of human form for some scenes. I think that could have helped his design be even more memorable. Um, because at times he looks like a pile of flames to me. And when he gets to show more of himself, he looks really cool and can have the sort of menacing presence that I feel like he should have. I think he really shines in the climax of the film. But I do wish that he at least had some scenes where he was in a human form so you could have a really memorable sort of look to him. Number 7, I feel like could be unpopular. Number 7 is Zoe. Zoe does have a good character design. She does have a nice appearance to her. I am a fan of her character design, but it doesn't pop out to me and isn't as memorable to me as some of the other character designs, unfortunately. Um, And I feel like when I was first watching K-pop Demon Hunters, I wasn't paying that much attention to Zoe, which I think was partly because of her personality, which did take time to grow on me, and it really has grown on me. Um, but also, I feel like she doesn't have as much of a way of standing out to her as some of the other characters in the film, despite how prominent she is. I certainly am a fan of how she looks, but I do think that characters that have a more memorable style and uh, theatricality to them. Number six is Han, and I know that could seem very odd having Han ahead of Zoe, but wow, is Han's design memorable? The stuff with his eyes, uh, wow, really stands out. Has a very fun looking design. I really like it a lot. And I feel like his whole eye gimmick adds so much to his character design. Number five is Bobby. Bobby is a very good looking guy. He has a very nice, friendly looking appearance to him. Um, and he's a lot of fun to look at. He's a very charming looking character. I feel like there's not much to complain about. Bobby has a very good, solid look to him. Number four is Celine, who is quite beautiful looking. She does have a fanciness to her. Um, and I think her design really works for her character. She doesn't have too much screen time, but in the screen time she does have, I feel like her design is very memorable and very good to look at. Number three is Genu. Amazing looking design. I think that Rumi was very impressed when she first saw Genu's design. Genu, I think, has a very charming leading man sort of look to him. Really helps him stand out in all the viewings of the film that I've ever had. Genu has a really good charm to him and makes a lot of great faces and is a very expressive character, very fun character to look at. Number two is Mira, who is amazing looking. She is so cool looking. I feel like she has so many awesome looking expressions in the film. She looks so cool. It's so much fun to look at her throughout the film. So much great theatricality to her. Love her look. I feel like there's very little to complain about when it comes to Mira's character design. And number one is Rumi. Rumi is certainly one of the best animated characters that there's been in a long time, in my opinion. Her design is fantastic. Love her hair, love her general character design, love the expressions that she makes with her faces. And her character design is very important to her character, with her demon patterns and it being so important to what she's hiding and her character development, being more self confident, working past a lot of her fears and self doubt. There's so much to Rumi's design that's so important to her character, and she is certainly an incredible looking character whose design that I love and I certainly haven't gotten tired of seeing. So that's how I feel about the character designs in K pop Demon Hunters.